Welcome to this post-4th of July holiday edition of Let's Talk Nutrition. It's great to be with you. Thank you for tuning in. And we have lots on the menu today, as we always do. And we have a new guest, Jason, not Jason, Mr. Mitchell. He has the same name as Jason Mitchell. Sorry, confused them. But we have a new guest, Jason Bell, and we also, with his company, it's a new company that we'll introduce. This is an important feature of the show. I'll explain in a little later why I put emphasis on this, and I'll do that a little later. So anyway, yesterday, of course, was 4th of July, Independence Day, and all sorts of goings on. So much to my surprise and delight, I had a decent day. I was with a good friend. I spent the whole day with her. It was very nice. This is after, let's see, yesterday, that would have been the day after chemo. And usually the day after, it's an odd feeling. But once managed to go walking, went to an outside mall, new mall up in my neck of the woods, and shopped around a little bit, even though the heat was pretty intense. It was still nice, and yeah, it was a good day, all things considered, and grateful. I hope you had a wonderful time with your family or whatever you were doing yesterday, and celebrating our Independence Day for our country. These holidays are important. They're not just national holidays. There are moments when we gather together with people that we care about and love and celebrate with food and whatnot, even though some of it's not so healthy, but that's okay. It's part of our life. And we remember these moments, don't we? We remember others this way. You remember, you'll be sitting around, you say, remember when we were with one of the family members, with Papa, and you remember that Christmas dinner, or do you remember that 4th of July or that Memorial Day week when he, yeah. These are part of wellness. They're not just holidays, they are part of our health and wellness. So that's why I enjoyed them so much. And if you had an experience yesterday that you'd like to share, you can call the show and tell us about it. We're always open. And no matter what I'm focused on in the topic, if there's something on your mind, you want to share it or ask about it, whatever it may be, it's okay. You call. Don't you hesitate. One moment. And Gary will tell you how to do it.
877-897-8255. That's 877-897-8255. You're thinking your hat is pink looking, aren't you?
Yeah, it does look pink.
It's because the light, if you look at your shirt.
Yeah.
Look at your shirt.
Yeah.
It goes black and red. See the red Reebok?
Yeah.
It's because of the light. So
we need new lighting in here.
Yeah, the lights.
You want brighter lights?
I want white lights instead of these yellow ones.
You need to tell John, the engineer. Tell him what you want. Make sure you tell him.
Family? You got to talk to your daughter?
I talked to my daughter yesterday. She was having a nice 4th of July. I couldn't spend it with her or my grandson. My grandson, they're ready to have a baby. Don't say it. Don't you say it. Don't you go there. I saw your eyes light up right away. He said, I can get on that.
Yeah.
My grandson, in the 2 weeks, he and his wife, lovely wife, are going to have a baby, and I'm looking forward to that. So it's all good, man. I had a nice day yesterday, all things considered. I was a little... You walk around, it's very difficult. People who've had chemo, you know what it's like. It's just...
Put your life in perspective.
It does, man. It does. And I was with a nice person yesterday. She means a lot to me, and it made for a good day. So I'm grateful, and I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad Stephen's here. I see you guys every day, and man, I never say much to Stephen about it, but I tell you, but I see you follow us every day, and it really makes a difference for me. It does, Gary. I love both of you, and being here doing the show is wonderful. Let's go to Richboro. Do you know where that is?
No. Richboro. Sounds familiar.
PA.
Oh.
Marge, welcome to the show. How are you doing, Marge?
Pretty well, thank you.
Good. How was your 4th of July?
Well, I'm calling to tell you I was really blessed by something special.
Oh.
I came across a radio station yesterday that I had never heard before, and they were, for at least an hour, they were playing a whole lot of patriotic music.
I'll be darned.
Songs from World War I, World War II.
Oh, my.
The different eras. However, there's one thing that especially blessed me as a conservative. I'm a conservative.
Sure, sure. That's okay. That's good.
I'm not exactly sure of the title, okay? It seems to me, because it was said so often, it seems to me this might be the title. It was, If You Don't Like Uncle Sammy. And then it's saying, if you don't like Uncle Sammy, then why don't you go back where you came from? After all, Uncle Sammy accepted you when you came. He gave you clothes. He gave you food. He's given you freedom. He's given you all this stuff. Why are you complaining?
Yeah.
Why don't you go back home where you came from?
Yeah.
That's basically the message of it. It was very clever, very enjoyable too.
Did they play any John Philip Sousa? Could you tell who the music was being performed by? I know John Philip Sousa played a lot of patriotic music. You remember John Philip Sousa? You know who that is?
Yeah, I've heard his name. Well, I think they did at some point, but because I didn't have it on the entire day, it was actually on, I think, for several hours.
So that was important to you, was it? I mean, it made impression on you. It was part of your holiday, wasn't it?
Oh, right, and I would really be happy if people would look up that song, and if it would.
We'll look it up. We'll look it up.
I think it would go viral. That would go viral if that were on the internet. I'll bet.
Yeah, here's my take on this, Marge. I was a professor for many years, and I've been a corporate consultant. And what I learned when I first started in both of those decades ago, I found that the students were always complaining, employees always complain, and I figured out, you know what? It's okay. Sometimes it's not a bad thing, and you listen, and you talk to them, and you try to figure out what their complaints are. Sometimes the complaints are valid, sometimes they're not. And initially, when I first started, when I was a lot younger, it would upset me. I now see it as an opportunity to talk to people. And I hear people complaining about our country, and they this and they that, and I sit down and talk with them. And after a conversation, they come to realize, well, you know what? Maybe it's not so bad after all. That's what people do. Don't you think it's part of human nature? We like to complain, don't we?
Well, that's true. It often happens. But the thing that does make conservatives angry is when people come and right away they find a way to get onto our welfare system. Our taxes are paying for them, and they're taking advantage of our country.
I know. Some people, but Marge, that I think that those folks that are so dark and negative and just don't want to contribute and they're just malcontents, I think they're in a minority in the end. I think most Americans love our country, love the country, and work hard and celebrate it. I don't let those people influence me, but I'm so delighted that you had a nice day and you enjoyed the music. Music is wonderful and therapeutic, and we appreciate you listening. Is it nice up there in Richboro?
It's a little bit cloudy today, but other than that, it's pretty nice. We usually have pretty good weather here.
Were you born and raised there?
Oh, no. I lived in, I was born and raised in Pennsylvania, but when I got married, I moved to South Jersey and lived there for almost 50 years.
So you're from the Northeast, as am I. I was born and raised in Pittsburgh. So good people up there, hardworking. We appreciate you calling today and sharing your story, and we appreciate you listening to the show, too. Please tell your friends about it, would you please?
Program. I enjoy hearing the things about nutrition.
Thank you so much, Marge. We'll see you. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
I'm Joy McCarthy. Are you waking up each day to the life you have to live or to the life you want to live? Better health shouldn't be left to chance. Smart choices to living longer and stronger include making Kyolic aged garlic extract a part of your daily routine. For years, medical researchers have recommended adding Kyolic to the diet as a powerful tool to enhancing overall heart and immune health. Recent clinical studies at UCLA Medical Center using Kyolic suggest that garlic may slow plaque formation in the arteries and support healthy cholesterol and homocysteine levels. Previous research also shows Kyolic may enhance your immune system defenses. Kyolic is organic, odorless, and the only antioxidant garlic supplement available worldwide. Maintaining a healthier you could extend your life. Your wellness begins with Kyolic aged garlic extract. Available everywhere fine nutritional supplements are sold. Visit Kyolic.com. That's KYOLIC.com. Or call 1-800-421-2998 for a free sample today.
Are you suffering from those awful allergies? Hay fever, sneezing, watery eyes? Here's some advice you won't want to miss.
I'm a doctor, and my patients used to dread allergy season. But then I discovered A-Vogel Allergy Relief, a unique combination of natural ingredients that usually addresses every one of my patients' symptoms. And while it's clear that the vast majority of my patients benefit significantly from A-Vogel Allergy Relief, what's even more amazing is that after using it, at least half of my patients' symptoms didn't return. As a doctor, that's the kind of outcome my patients and I can appreciate.
Get doctor-recommended A-Vogel Allergy Relief for your allergy symptoms. It's proven safe, it doesn't make you drowsy, it's fast-acting, and it may even help prevent your allergies from returning. Available at vitamin discount centers, Richards, Roll & Oats, Vitamin Shop, Nutrition Smart, and other fine health food stores.
Hi, this is Dr. Michael Garko, host of the nationally syndicated health talk show, Let's Talk Nutrition. Dietary supplements can play an important role in our day-to-day health and wellness. However, it's not a good idea to buy off-label cheap supplements at the same place where you buy your lawn and garden supplies. Instead, shop at your neighborhood vitamin discount center store where you can save up to 50% on leading national brands. And their friendly, knowledgeable staff will steer you in the right direction and help answer your questions. From July 1st to the 8th, in celebration of 4th of July, mention the promo code God Bless America and receive a 15% discount on top of the already discounted prices. That's promo code God Bless America to save an additional 15%. For a store nearest you, visit vdcusa.com or call 813-907-7066. That's 813-907-7066. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Still looking for your fountain of youth? It's Zinnia. Look no further than the beauty aisle of your favorite health and nutrition store. Zinnia is the newest product from Form Essentials, the brand that brought you solace. So you know it's filled with the highest quality ingredients. Many cosmetic products only treat topically, while Zinnia addresses aging and hair loss from within. Formulated to support the growth of radiant hair, skin, and nails, Zinnia is sure to help you turn back the hands of time and assist you in aging gracefully. Zinnia provides a spectrum of key vitamins and other evidence-based natural ingredients such as alpha-lipoic acid, biotin, and collagen and elastin peptides, all combined in one capsule for your convenience. By promoting beauty from the inside out, you're strengthening your cells and creating a lasting enhancement to your natural beauty. Zinnia fits into your daily routine and can be taken to boost your current cosmetic products. Available now at leading health and nutrition stores. Ask for Zinnia by name. Start taking Zinnia hair, skin, and nails today and get ready to look amazing. Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Renew Life, the digestive care company. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Enzymedica, the enzyme experts. North American Herb and Spice, the only oregano oil you can take on a daily basis. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show, and whatever you may be doing. Now, I'm going to move out of the journalistic mode and move into commentary, okay? There's a difference. Now I'm doing commentary. And what I want to comment on is an event that occurred yesterday, and it occurs on 4th of July now with quite regularity. And it's Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Championship. All right? Now, I don't mean to sound like the nutritional Grinch and be, all negative and whatnot. However, I was looking at this event yesterday closely, and I've read some articles about it. And I was telling one of my producers that this just doesn't sit right with me. There's something not right about it, and I'll explain. But just from a nutritional standpoint, let's discuss it there in that arena, and then I want to move it to another arena. But first, let's just deal with the nutrition aspect of it. As it turns out, Joey Chestnut was the winner yesterday. And Joey, for a 9th time in 10 years, proved he was the world's greatest hot dog eater. So he is headlined. Well, when you look at, I think he ate 72 of them, Gary. Yes, he ate a record 72 hot dogs in 10 minutes. Think about that. Take 72 hot dogs and a bun and put them on a table and see what that looks like. I don't know if I've eaten 72 hot dogs in my entire life, but he ate 72 of them. Here's the nutritional breakdown on it. If you're watching the show, Gary's showing you the tail of the tape. Calories, 20,160. Sodium, 56,160 milligrams. Pick it up, Gary. Total fat.
1.2 or 1,296 grams of total fat. I thought that was a 1.2.
No, sir. That's 1,200.
Wow.
Go ahead. Keep going.
432 grams of saturated fat, 36 grams of trans fat, monosaturated fat 0 grams, potassium 0. Total carbs 1,728 grams of carbohydrates. 72 grams of dietary fiber, sugars 288 grams of sugar. Protein 720 grams, cholesterol 2,160 milligrams, all consumed in 10 minutes.
That's outrageous. His kidneys must have went into shock with that much protein. The sodium, his cardiovascular system must have flipped out. Put that back up so I can see it. Thanks. The sugar, God knows, he must have had a sugar rush of 288 grams in 10 minutes. 280, not milligrams. Those are grams, ladies and gentlemen. There's 1,000 milligrams in a gram. Saturated fat, 432 grams. I don't know if they had any doctor there, but I wonder if anybody took any vital signs of him before and after. I wonder if and take some blood. I bet you nobody did that. Nobody, it probably not occurred to anybody. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Somebody can check my work on that. That is outrageous. Now, that's from a nutritional standpoint. What bothers me about this contest is that we're celebrating it in ways that don't need to be celebrated. Think about the 7 deadly sins. Gluttony is one of them. This is a gluttony contest as far as I am concerned. I'm sorry. And the media covers it as if it were an Olympic event. Maybe what they should be doing is go into the inner city neighborhoods where those kids don't even have a hot dog to eat. How about that? Or that's all they can eat. This really bugs me, man. It's not right. It's just not right. It is gluttony. And it sends the wrong message, both to children and adults. We're celebrating this. Let me tell you to what extent. I came across an article, and the headline on it was, and I'm not making this up, it's by Stephen Ruiz. I don't know Mr. Ruiz. I have nothing against Mr. Ruiz, but I think Mr. Ruiz is way off the mark here. The headline on his story was, why we need to put an asterisk on Joey Chestnut's hot dog eating dynasty. Are you kidding me? Dynasty? Here's what the writer says, and I'm quoting him now. By 2019, Chestnut could surpass Bill Russell as the greatest champion this country has ever seen. Stop. Bill Russell was a phenomenal athlete, basketball player. And you're comparing this guy, Chestnut, to Bill Russell? And Bill Russell's accomplishments as an athlete? And he goes on to talk about his legacy and that there's no competition. We've lost our perspective. This is nothing to celebrate. This is something we should scratch our head about, in my opinion. And again, I don't mean to sound dark and negative, but you know what? This just ain't right.
Feel better fast in every way. Take Hempenol Organic Cannabis Extract, fortified with wild oregano. Get focus and power. Plus,
is that old sports injury flaring up? Is your body aching from the daily wear and tear at work? Body Vigor's Joint Ready keeps you at the ready for any joint pain that gets out of line. Unfortunately, as we age, joint pain becomes more common. Body Vigor's Joint Ready can help provide relief so you can continue to go about your day. Our formula contains sulfated forms of glucosamine and chondroitin. Studies show that these sulfated forms are more effective than regular glucosamine bound to hydrochloride. Joint Ready promotes a healthy inflammatory response, facilitates cartilage synthesis, and provides additional antioxidants. Keep your joints at the ready with Body Vigor's Joint Ready, exclusively on Amazon.com.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering, you're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show, and whatever you may be doing. If you have a different opinion than I just expressed, remember that was commentary. I was not functioning as a journalist. in my commentary on Nathan's hot dog eating contest, there's something wrong about that whole concept. I'm sorry. It's the wrong message. It's unhealthy. His trophy should be, he's a gluttonist. I said it. It's gluttony. And we celebrate this, and we're comparing him to athletes, and that there should be an asterisk next to his legacy. What are you, serious? I've been on this show for 12 years, and Stephen's been in that other side of the glass with me the whole time, and we're trying to make a difference in people's lives, trying to convince them that there's a better way to eat. He had more media coverage in 10 minutes than I've had in 12 years. And we're celebrating that. And the media was there full force covering that. Come on, man. That's not right. You saw the nutritional breakdown of what he ate in 10 minutes. For heaven's sake. I'm just saying. Usually I have a sense of humor about these things. For some reason, it just didn't strike me as funny or entertaining at all. Watching somebody perform like that, I couldn't even watch it. It's disgusting. But I'm just saying. All right, I got that off my chest. All right, Gary, tell them how they got a new guest, Jason Bell. I got a poor fellow. I got to bring him on. He's going to follow that. Let's move into a different gear. Please share some numbers and contact. You can reach us at Put your mic on.
877-897-8255 or at Dr. Garko at letstalknutrition.com. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook at Let's Talk Nutrition, one word. And if you want to watch the show, you can watch it on Facebook now, or you can go to our YouTube at Let's Talk Nutrition.
Mm-hmm. All right. We have a new guest today, and yet another guest coming out of Canada. We have so many, and I have so many friends there now and colleagues. It's wonderful. Beautiful place. I'm especially fond of British Columbia. I've been there several times now. Tend to go back. I've been to Toronto. I would love to go to Montreal. I think, and I have not been to Ontario. I love Toronto. It's such a cosmopolitan city. So Jason Bell is my guest today. Rather than me try to tell you X, Y, and Z about who he is and who he works with, it's better that they do it. They do a better job than I do at that. Jason, welcome to the show. It's great to have you on and this post-4th of July show. Welcome to LTN.
Thank you very much for having me on. I really appreciate it, Dr. Garko. It's been a while since we met. We met, say, 3 years ago at one of the VDC conferences, and I've been wanting to get on the show ever since.
Oh.
And, this is a great opportunity, and what a fantastic segue with the hot dog eating. That's awesome.
What do you think about that, Jason? You can be authentic and be genuine. I don't need a sensitive answer. What's on your mind about that?
You couldn't have nailed it more on the head. That is, your outrage is totally justified, and it really comes down to this glorification of eating enormous amounts of food, and what it does to our bodies is something that we do need to talk about more, because people, I think, do not understand that, like you've said many times in the past, it's calories in, calories out. And when you jam that many calories into your body at one time, it is such an enormous load on your system in order to cope with that, to compensate for that, and to have your body do something with that. Because let's face it, everything that goes in gets processed. Everything that gets in gets dealt with. And so how does that happen? And it's an enormous load, and it's an enormous energy drain on the body. And you're absolutely right. Here's media coverage from coast to coast on this guy.
Worldwide, Jason. Worldwide, coast to coast. It's worldwide, man.
Unbelievable.
20,160 calories in 10 minutes.
That's it's one of those spectacles that people, it's like a train wreck.
Spectacle.
You can't look away.
You hit the right word. I said to Gary, I said, back if we were in Roman times and we had media coverage, they would probably have cameras at the vomitoriums.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Here we are today at the Roman bath number 26 vomitorium covering, I can just see it. I don't know. I think sometimes we lose our way. And I was reminded of the 7 deadly sins. I was sitting there and I'm thinking, okay, gluttony. It's gluttony. It's gluttony. It's what it is.
You got it.
And here we are trying to get people to think differently about food.
You're right.
I don't know. And kids watch that.
Doc, I just want to correct you. You said you were sitting here. You were actually jumping up and down.
I'm sorry. It got me all worked up, man. I said, and I've watched that contest for a number of years, but yesterday it just hit me wrong. For some reason, it was on my mind, and people were sending me emails and tweets and this and that about, this hot dog celebrating. I'm saying, what's the matter with you people? This is not right.
It is the polar opposite of, pretty much everything that you stand for, that I stand for, when it comes to eating whole, nutritious foods, eating dark green foods, eating foods that are nutritionally dense.
Well, there won't be any media coverage for that, buddy. Sorry. There won't be cameras at your door. Tell the people for whom you work.
Yeah, so the company that I'm representing is Novaforme. We've been around for over 4 years, and the first product that we put together was Cyto Greens, and all of our products are vegan. They are based on whole food. They're all non-GMO, and the whole concept behind it is a supplement to what you eat. This is something you profess on a regular basis. You've got to eat good whole foods on a regular basis, but not everybody in today's world can do that. So we produce whole, green, natural foods that act as a supplement, even a stopgap, if you will, to some of those better eating habits that are the polar opposite of eating hot dogs.
I think has happened. The natural products industry realized this gap between what people are eating and what they should eat. And many companies took a step back for a moment and they said, wait a minute, here's an opportunity. And about, I don't know, a little better than 5 years ago, these maybe 10 greens products started to make their way into the arena. And it's become a very competitive category. The enthusiasm that the natural products industry have, whether it be profit motive or whatever, is not necessarily commensurate with the consumer. And it's kind of interesting. We come back, I'd like to explore that with you, and I want to hear from you your best argument as to Novaforme's approach to this and how they're competing in that sector and what they're doing to distinguish themselves. You're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition with Jason Bell. Great guest, coast to coast.
Almost 52% of men experience erectile dysfunction and benign prostatic hyperplasia. If you've had challenges with virility, sexual health, or low energy, Body Vigor's Alpha Extension may be the answer for you. Body Vigor's Alpha Extension can help revitalize your alpha male and extend your love. Our formula is one of the highest quality nutraceuticals available, formulated to support the processes involved in promoting a healthy male sex drive, energy, and stamina. Alpha Extension has 2 powerful herbal blends: Virilomax, which focuses on male sexual health, and T-Pump Activator, which helps balance your testosterone levels. Revitalize your alpha male with Body Vigor's Alpha Extension. Exclusively available on Amazon.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. New guest today, Jason Bell. Met him 3 years ago at a seminar, vendor conference, and his company was there. So delighted that he's now on Novaforme. And there's a couple other companies here that mixed in. I'll have to sort through it with him and figure out what the relationship is among these. And Jason, your background and training, could you share it since you're new onto the show, rather than me try to sketch that in a word or two? What's your background all about?
Great you asked. Basically, I've been in the industry for nearly 20 years now, and it's been supplements the entire way. I started my early career in university, learning how to read research, learning how to get into the details of health and nutrition and what goes into all of the foods that we eat, and went into the supplement industry after that, and it's been my passion ever since. It's one of those things that I've thrown myself into wholeheartedly, and I have the honor of being in front of all of the latest research and the latest ingredients that come out from time to time, and looking at them and evaluating them and seeing with each of the formulas that we produce what is going to be the best type of ingredient that's going to yield the best results for the consumer, and being, quite honestly, obsessive about the source of those ingredients.
Well, I'm glad you talk about that. We're going to get to that, because the raw materials is what makes the difference, which leads me to ask you this question. You mentioned in your notes to me Healthy Body Services. What is Healthy Body Services?
Healthy Body Services started out as a distribution company, and we used to distribute other products, other brands out there, and over time we realized that we were very closely connected with the consumer, and said, you know what, we should be able to bring the consumer the products that we ourselves want to take, the kinds of products that we know are best for us and best for the consumer. And so we simply started our own company from that, and Allmax was actually the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, so
that's where Allmax is. Allmax still in existence?
Absolutely.
Because I see their products in the stores.
Yeah, so I mean, it's really the first one, and it's the biggest one by far. Allmax has been around for over 15 years, and we have products literally around the world. We have products being sold in 250 countries. Of course, the United States being the biggest one.
Is it a sports nutrition company, a general supplement company?
Sports nutrition.
Sports nutrition.
So, every kind of product that you could possibly imagine from a sports nutrition standpoint, we carry, and we stand behind 100%.
And Novaforme is a subsidiary of Allmax?
It's actually a subsidiary of Healthy Body Services.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, I'll call them sister brands.
I gotcha. And Novaforme is focusing on, what is its mission, in a word?
All the products are vegan. All the products are naturally sweetened, naturally no artificial colors. The ingredients are wholesome. And the main idea is to give people the kinds of ingredients that you may not get in everyday diet.
Mm-hmm. That's a very competitive sector, greens.
Absolutely.
Your product's called Cyto Greens.
That is correct.
You almost, if you hired a consultant and you said, tell us a supplement or a category that we should go into, most would probably steer you away from that greens category because it's so crowded. What made you guys think you could move into that sector and do all right?
That's a great question, and I'm happy to answer it because there's some excellent answers to that. When we looked at the green sector, what we saw in a lot of cases was a lot of filler. There's a lot of supplements on the marketplace that have a lot of soy in it in the form of lecithin. Lecithin in and of itself is not a bad ingredient, but it's far from greens. So you see some of these products with as much as 50% of lecithin in the product. The other thing.
Why do they do that?
Well, it's an emulsifier, so it makes it taste smoother. But at the same time, instead of getting greens, you're getting lecithin. So as much as it might have a smoother feel to it, and maybe even a little bit more soluble. It doesn't give you the greens. Our product is 80% dark green nutrients.
Okay. I didn't mean to sidetrack you, but I wanted the listener and the viewer to know why they put less soy in there. Go ahead.
So basically, the other thing was that a lot of products out there had over 100 ingredients at truly minuscule amounts. So they're not at efficacious dosages. So what we wanted to do was focus on what is greens all about. Greens is really about making sure that you have the right kinds of green nutrients in there, a combination of marine greens and land greens, to make sure that people are getting the kinds of levels of chlorophyll, the cleansing form of chlorophyll that is beneficial for many things.
Let me stop you there. You made a wonderful point, and Gary wants to chime in on this. This one point that you made, nobody's ever said this on the show. You're the first guest to say it. I'm glad you did. The consumer picks up the container, the package, or whatever, bottle, whatever it may be. They turn it around, they look at it, and they see a gazillion ingredients, and they get so impressed. They say, man, there's a lot in here. But you got to remember, you can only put so much within a molecule in a cell here. Come on, folks. It's chemistry. And you can only put so much, in the container. And your point is, maybe you're better off with a few strategic, bioavailable, natural ingredients that are synergistic than a 1,000 of them.
Exactly. And that's what we tried to focus on.
Go ahead, Gary.
I wanted to ask a question about the cleansing. I eat my greens. I've been taking greens steadily now for over 2 months. And I have a problem with
the taste. It tastes so bad, he mixes Bloody Mary mix with it. I'm serious.
That's
the only way you can get it down.
But I do feel like when I eat greens, though, when I take them, I do feel the cleansing, and I want something where I'm not taking something with the tomato juice because it's high in sodium.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, when we come back, we'll talk about that. That's a wonderful point, though, that you made, Jason. People should not be impressed with the number of ingredients in the greens product. Be more concerned about where did the raw materials come from, what's their quality. Maybe you're better off with a few that are strategically used and have a nice relationship with one another and so on. This is a great point. Cyto Greens, from Novaforme, NOVAFORME.com. We went to their Facebook page. We liked the page. You should do the same. Cyto Greens is for everybody. Athlete, non-athlete, people who are in between, people who don't get enough nutrients in their diets that hate greens. It's all good. Novaforme, LTN, coast to coast. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, this post 4th of July edition of the show, Coast to Coast. Thank you for tuning in. Wonderful to be with you. Thank you so much for listening and watching the show. Jason Bell from Novaforme is my guest today. They have an interesting line of supplements, a good company, they've got good intentions, and doing their best to provide some alternatives for people, whether they eat healthy or not, in getting their greens. We'll get into that in a moment. In the first hour, in my monologue, I commented on Nathan's eating contest. I just think it's the wrong message. There's something wrong with that contest. I don't like it. It's unhealthy. It serves as a bad example. Listen to it. Everything's on demand at LTN. As a matter of fact, we had one of our colleagues for 1250, right, Gary? Made a post. He didn't even know I was going to talk about it. Gordon, what did he post about bratwurst and whatnot?
Yeah, you can, if you go on our Facebook page, because I liked it too. I thought it was hilarious. On 1250, which is our home station here in Tampa.
1250 WHNZ.
Gordon made a post about if you want to get over your brats, listen to the show, and something to that effect. I'm trying to have a difficult time pulling it up and trying to watch the show.
The greens will do that too. That'll help you get over it, clean you out a little bit.
That's what I was asking. Does it? I mean,
yes, it will help your digestion in different ways, in that way too. Now I want to do another commentary. I'm not reporting. I'm not being a journalist here. I'm being a commentator. I have a lot of colleagues in the business, as you would guess, after 12 years. Many of them are very healthy, and they walk the talk. Now, I will never profess to be the paragon of, diet and lifestyle. I have my areas where the nuns would remind me as a boy where there are room for improvement. All right? So I'm not doing a holier-than-thou comment here. So I have these colleagues, many of whom are healthy, many of whom are not. And these are experts in health, wellness, and well-being, renowned, some of them. And they complain to me about their health. And I'm now, as I've moved along in my career, earlier on, I was too authentic for my own good and said what was on my mind too quick. And now I reserve judgment and I sit back and I just listen. And I watch and observe, like my professors told me to do to be a good social scientist. And I watch what they eat. And I have this one colleague whose health is in a lot of trouble. This individual, cancer, heart disease, pre-diabetic, and searching for all of these cures and treatments. Been to one kind of doctor or another. The list is endless. Some, they're supposed to be world-renowned. And there's no improvement. And I'm sitting there watching and listening non-judgmentally. And I see what this individual is eating. And it's wrong what this person is eating. And the obvious answer to this person's health issues begin with the diet. It's a diet that is not plant-based, which it should be in this person's case. There should be no meat, there should be no dairy, and there should be no oil in this person's diet, at least to start with. But refuses to either make the shift, doesn't recognize the shift that needs to be made, or is in denial. I don't know what the problem is. In my own way now, in a rhetorically sensitive way, the best I could, I suggested a plant-based diet. I suggested how to go about it. Here are the links. Here's who you need to go read. Here's what you know what? You know what? No change. No change. And this is somebody who knows better. What I've tried to do on this show for 12 years, with all of my faults and all the areas of room for improvement, I have tried to walk the talk and talk the walk. I really have. Why? Because I felt an obligation to you. I couldn't come on here and ask people to consider certain things to do, to think about, to ponder, and whatnot, and not do it myself. This is important. And it underscores also how hard this is. This person is an expert, forgot more about nutrition than most people would know or ever learn, and still cannot make the change. That's how hard it is. So you should not feel depressed or discouraged if you're trying to lose weight or trying to change your diet. It's hard, man. You need social support. You need encouragement. You need guidance. Hopefully we do a little bit of that around here to help. And I'm this person's a good friend of mine. And I'm reluctant to say, to get really tough and say, look, it's your diet, stupid. But I don't know. Just not there. You got to walk the talk, man. You got to do that, hard as it is. It's not easy for me either. Let's go to St. Pete. David, you want to talk about hot dogs?
Well, it wasn't about hot dogs so much as I just noticed, I read this in a book somewhere, that if you eat, let's say, 70 hot dogs all at once.
72. 72.
All right, 72. I don't mean all at the same time. I mean one after another. Do you absorb? Does your body absorb less calories when you go like that, or if I took those 72 and took them over a period of days?
Well,
I know I'd absorb them.
Of course, the calories anything you eat, the calories are going to get processed one way or another. They're either going to be used for energy, or they're going to get stored as fat if you have excess calories.
No, I mean when you put I'm talking a whole lot of. Would you absorb more when you space it out, or absorb more or less when you eat the guy said, how does your body process all that at the same time?
I don't know. I have no clue. I can't even imagine what his digestive system is doing, his whole metabolic system is trying to do, consuming 72 hot dogs in 10 minutes with all of the nutritional profile that I described a moment ago, from 20,000 plus calories to over 1,000 grams of fat and so on. The body must go into a state of I don't know what. I mean, it's certainly better to space it out over time.
What I'm getting at is like if I go to a buffet, if I'm going to cheat and go to a buffet,
yep,
is it better to cheat all at once in a big meal, or if I'm going to cheat all day long? It's the same amount of calories, just spread out.
I would rather, if you were going to consume the same amount of calories, the same amount of food, I say if you're going to commit that pile of nutritional sin, you're better off to spread it out over the day to give your body a chance to process it. But cheating, you can't cheat biology. No matter what, it's still cheating. And by the way, I think all-you-can-eat concept is one of the worst concepts we've ever come up with. It's another thing to encourage gluttony. I don't get it. All you can eat. How about just how much you can eat? That's all. Whatever you need. But your point's a good one, David. I mean, he would be, if you're going to eat 72 hot dogs, even if you spread them out over 24 hours, that's still a lot. He did it in 10 minutes, David. 10 minutes. I mean, my God. His body must have been in shock. And I'm surprised there wasn't a doctor there to take vital signs. And I wonder how many kids have tried that at home and not go out and buy a bunch of hot dogs and try it. But I appreciate your observation, David. You always sort of come up with a good question like that. We come back, we'll talk with Jason Bell, a new guest on the show, and we'll get into what's on his mind today.
If you've ever had digestive issues slow you down, it's time to live.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering. You're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
Did you know that 7 in 10 people have digestive issues? It's no wonder, really. When you take a closer look at what's inside, you'll see that our intestinal environment is similar to a lush garden, a flourishing biodiversity comprised of healthy gut flora. Flora that we depend upon for our health and well-being. Stress, over-sanitization, over-processed foods, and the overuse of antibiotics have clear-cut our guts, leaving our tummies feeling, well, not great. You see, what we have done by killing off the gut flora is damage the soil of our inner gardens. With damaged soil, nothing can really grow or flourish, and disease starts to set in. But we will let you in on a little secret. Fermentation makes all the difference. You know that bloated feeling you can get when taking a vegan protein? Oh, come on. We know you know. Almost all of us get it. That feeling comes from a natural protective casing that surrounds grains and legumes. Because this casing acts as a natural defense mechanism to prevent the grain or legume from being digested, the result is gas and bloating as it passes through our digestive tract. This is where the magic of fermentation comes in. Only fermentation breaks down this casing, freeing the nutrients for absorption by your body. Not only that, but it amplifies the existing nutrients. This means you are getting all the available nutrients from your protein. But there's more. Remember our garden that we clear cut? Well, fermentation, when done right, actually restores that biodiversity of flora. Fermentation naturally replenishes the soil in our garden. Can your protein powder do all that? Well, ours can. Fermented Vegan Proteins Plus by Genuine Health. 7 plant-based sources for a complete amino acid profile. No bloating, maximizes protein and nutrient absorption, and strengthens your gut health. Gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free, non-GMO, and 100% vegan. Try some today. Your gut will thank you. Genuine Health is possible.
Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to the show, wherever and however you may be listening or watching, whatever you may be doing. And you can always go to letstalknutrition.com, and everything's on demand. If you miss a show or a segment, or if we go across something that's a little too fast and we cover a lot of territory, you can always go back and take notes, whatever you'd like to do. Some of the videos are on the homepage. The rest are under on YouTube. A link will escort you there. and the audios are under show schedule. Gary, number to the show, please.
877-897-8255. That's 877-897-8255.
And we liked Allmac's page. We liked the Novaforme page, right?
Yep, and we put our links up there to them.
Good. Could you share with the listener and viewer about our app, the LTN app?
On the LTM app, you can go to Google, your Google store, or your Apple store, your whatever you get your apps from, because there's several platforms now. We're on both platforms, and one of the things with our app, it's very simple. 3 buttons. You have videos, you have contact, and you have discount. And the discount is a $5 off a $35 purchase from online at vitamindiscountcenter.com. And you type in promo code GARKO.
GARKO.
One word. And you'll get that discount.
Outstanding. Handheld Society. One of my friends was at a 4th of July celebration here in the Tampa Bay area, and he said there were thousands of people there. And he said he was so struck by the number of people walking around with their phone in their hand. And he said it was overwhelming. They weren't paying attention with the phone. And that's where we're at. So we're dialed into that too. Jason Bell's my guest, new guest on the show, company Novaforme. And they have interesting line of supplements. And again, it's good to know about which companies are good. It's about raw materials. That's where it begins and ends, and how the materials are handled. Jason, welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Your product, Cyto Greens, how many, first of all, what's in it in terms of ingredients in the Cyto Greens? And could you comment on the raw materials from that product?
Absolutely. The funny thing is, the more I listen to this show, it's engaging, and I think we could go into a million different directions, and there's a lot of great ingredients in here, and each one of those could be their own show. But I'll cover it in general. So the first matrix is called the Green Performance Matrix, and as I mentioned before, that is a blend of sea greens and land greens, and they're very, very high in chlorophyll, which is great at cleansing. And the other thing that's great about greens in general, especially high chlorophyll, dark leafy green type nutrients, is that they chelate, or they lock onto heavy metals in the body, and escort them out of your body. And the toxic load in our environment, as you're well aware, is huge, and we all need the kind of helping hand that these dark pH balancing nutrients can provide to us. The second part of it...
Hold on 1 second. We're showing you, when Gary pulls it up here, we're looking at the medicinal ingredients in the product. It's interesting how you have it laid out. You have a Green Performance Matrix. You have cytosomes, active energy regeneration category, immune defense components, free radical defense, and so on. It's interesting how you organize this. So what you just described, was that the Green Performance Matrix?
That's right.
There's it is. That's up on the screen, nice and crystal clear. That Green Performance, that's a detox, and that's intended to detox and create a pH balance. Is that what you said?
That's correct. So one of the things you mentioned about the hot dog eating contest, which is so offensive, is that, eating that kind of diet and eating those kinds of amounts creates an enormous amount of stress on our bodies. Overeating in general forces our body to cope with this onslaught of overeating on a regular basis. Americans in general, and North Americans in general, tend to eat far more than we expend, and so we're dealing with this overload all the time. This is a helping hand. This provides a lot of the dark green chlorophyll-rich nutrients that we don't get, and it also balances pH. So one of the things that overeating, especially something that's very high in protein, without balancing it with vegan foods, is that it elevates your pH. And this is something that's tough to test for, because your body accommodates for that and starts to buffer or bring down the pH, but it all comes at a cost to your body.
And I notice in this Green Performance Matrix, there's spirulina, chlorella, matcha green tea, pea protein. Organic alfalfa. I have a friend who lives in British Columbia who's big on alfalfa. It has organic barley grass and organic spinach. Those are the ingredients, and those are in milligram dosages are pretty good.
Absolutely.
Combined, it's just in that category of the ingredients, 6,557 milligrams. When you say detox, what does this component of the greens, what's it detoxing, the liver or what?
This is detoxing primarily the bloodstream, but also primarily the digestive system. So when you ingest ingredients like this, it helps to cleanse your entire body because chlorophyll has the ability to do that. It is a fantastic nutrient that has been used in, used everything from when people are toxic or even if they've been exposed to radiation. This is a nutrient that has been used over and over to help.
Chlorella?
Yeah, chlorella as well as spirulina. So interestingly enough, if you look at the oxygen carrying capacity of blood, it's the heme or the hemoglobin.
The hemoglobin, yep.
If you look at chlorophyll, it is exactly the same structure as heme. It's almost like it is the blood version of plants. The only difference is that in the middle of the heme group is iron, in the middle of the chlorophyll group is magnesium, and magnesium, as you well know, is highly deficient in the vast majority of people.
All right, this is good. We'll come back, we'll explore this more. It's a pretty good product.
Feeling tired after your meal? Occasional gas, bloating, or indigestion at inopportune times? You may have an enzyme deficiency. Did you know that many...
Almost 52% of men experience erectile dysfunction and benign prostatic hyperplasia. If you've had challenges with virility, sexual health, or low energy, Body Vigor's Alpha Extension may be the answer for you. Body Vigor's Alpha Extension can help revitalize your alpha male and extend your love. Our formula is one of the highest quality nutraceuticals available, formulated to support the processes involved in promoting a healthy male sex drive, energy, and stamina. Alpha Extension has 2 powerful herbal blends, Virilomax, which focuses on male sexual health, and T-Pump Activator, which helps balance your testosterone levels. Revitalize your alpha male with Body Vigor's Alpha Extension, exclusively available on Amazon.com.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering, you're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace for healthy sleep naturally.
Did you know that 7 in 10 people have digestive issues? It's no wonder, really. When you take a closer look at what's inside, you'll see that our intestinal environment is similar to a lush garden, a flourishing biodiversity comprised of healthy gut flora. Flora that we depend upon for our health and well-being. Stress, over-sanitization, over-processed foods, and the overuse of antibiotics have clear-cut our guts, leaving our tummies feeling, well, not great. You see, what we have done by killing off the gut flora is damage the soil of our inner gardens. With damaged soil, nothing can really grow or flourish, and disease starts to set in. But we will let you in on a little secret. Fermentation makes all the difference. You know that bloated feeling you can get when taking a vegan protein? Oh, come on. We know you know. Almost all of us get it. That feeling comes from a natural protective casing that surrounds grains and legumes. Because this casing acts as a natural defense mechanism to prevent the grain or legume from being digested, the result is gas and bloating as it passes through our digestive tract. This is where the magic of fermentation comes in. Only fermentation breaks down this casing, freeing the nutrients for absorption by your body. Not only that, but it amplifies the existing nutrients. This means you are getting all the available nutrients from your protein. But there's more. Remember our garden that we clear cut? Well, fermentation, when done right, actually restores that biodiversity of flora. Fermentation naturally replenishes the soil in our garden. Can your protein powder do all that? Well, ours can. Fermented Vegan Proteins Plus by Genuine Health. 7 plant-based sources for a complete amino acid profile. No bloating, maximizes protein and nutrient absorption, and strengthens your gut health. Gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free, non-GMO, and 100% vegan. Try some today. Your gut will thank you. Genuine Health is possible.
Well, you know, humans have had a relationship with plants for a long time. Greens in particular here, for thousands of years, maybe 200. How about that? Michael Greger said that, Dr. Greger. Greens are considered one of the healthiest things people can eat, vegetables. No doubt about it. The calcium in dark green leafy vegetables is more absorbed by the body than cow's milk. Just wanted you to know. Potassium, very anti-inflammatory, can help with preventing strokes and heart disease. In greens, you have zinc, antioxidants, magnesium, all these nutrients that will lower your risk for these chronic diseases such as diabetes, heart disease, and whatnot. Green leafy vegetables, great source for nitrates, plant-based nitrates. Nitrates from a plant-based diet, they're not harmful. In fact, nitric oxide is important from plant-based nitrates. With plant-based nitrates, they're vasodilators. They'll help lower blood pressure. I could go on and on about the greens. Greens are great. How about that? Greens are great for health. My guest today knows a thing or two about this. And Jason Bell with Novaforme. I mean, that's what Novaforme's all about, right, Jason?
That's right. You know, and I wanted to go back to the the overeating that we're talking about. And one of the things that's a component of cytogreens is cytozymes. and it has 8 different types of enzymes, and not just a sprinkling of enzymes. We talked about that before. Real efficacious dosages of a broad spectrum of enzymes, and you have to ask yourself, well, what is that for? How does that help me? Well, when you're eating a lot of food, it helps take the load off of your digestion. So it gives you that helping hand. So if you're not always able to eat healthy, and let's face it, how many of us are, this is something that will help you. And we also have inulin in there, as you know. Feeding your digestive health is something that's very, very important.
The inulin feeding the microflora in your gut.
Exactly.
By the way, there's some research to suggest that 1 serving a month of greens will help reduce your risk of glaucoma by 69%. Why? Because of lutein, zeaxanthin, those kind of compounds found in greens. But how many people are really eating their greens? No,
I would say definitely not enough. I think
not enough.
Eating hot dogs, right?
They're eating hot dogs. They're watching that contest from yesterday and getting misled. You have another category of nutrients in your greens product, working off of your that wonderful slideshow that you sent me, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much for doing that, by the way. You have a category. We just covered the Green Performance Matrix. There is a digestive enzyme, you were just alluding to that, matrix with the cytosomes, and inulin is in that. You have protein digestive enzymes, plant digestive enzymes, carbohydrate digestive enzymes, and lipid. You have all these major enzymes to help digest those 3 macronutrients, right?
That's right. You mentioned something on a previous show, I think it was on June 30th, about a certain amount of meat or protein that gets digested, that doesn't get digested, and ends up in the lower intestine, and it goes to putrefaction.
You listened to that, did you?
Yeah, absolutely. Great show. And this is something where, if you are overeating, if you have too much in your system, your body can't really cope with it. So having additional enzymes in the system, be they protease enzymes, which help digest protein, cellulase, which helps break down some of the walls of plant-based nutrients that we can't digest, these are all helping to take the load off.
And exactly, and you're listening to Jason Bell on LTN Coast to Coast. He is describing the ingredients that are found in their CytoGreens product. You can see how they've organized this and the way they've formulated it. It's wonderful formulation. We encourage you to visit their website, which is novaforme.com, right?
.net.
I'm sorry, novaforme.net. Beg your pardon. And let's go to John in Tampa, Florida. John, welcome to the show.
Hey, Doc. Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you very much.
When I heard about that hot dog eating contest yesterday, I said, something, I sure hope Doc mentions this on the show.
I did.
Unbelievable.
I did.
I want to make this real quick because I've got to get going, but the scary part to me is the practice that led up to this contest, the damage it was done. You don't just go into a contest and eat 72 hot dogs without practice, right?
That's true.
Imagine the good Lord, what's he doing today? I wish you could interview him today.
I don't know.
Did he get a stomach pump right afterwards, I wonder?
I don't know if he encourages his body to purge that or not, which also presents a host of problems. I have no idea. What concerns me is there may be children watching that, teenagers, and they may try to replicate that, playing around, and somebody might get really in a lot of trouble, and in doing that in terms of their health. It's just the wrong message. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's not, and the way the media handles it. This is where the media, I guess they feel an obligation to cover it, but it's the way they cover it. It's like glorifying this. Come on, man.
Exactly.
It's gluttony.
Well, that's our modern media anyway.
Well, I'm in the media, and the print journalists are wonderful. Some of they work and live in obscurity most often, but some of it's a lot of flash and bang, and the media is subject to criticism too. I'm in the media, and they're not all that way, but we know we need to do better. I didn't hear one person yesterday in covering this say, wait a minute, shouldn't we take a time out here for a second and evaluate this? They were all marveling at how much gluttony he was practicing.
That's why I'm so happy you mentioned it today. This was
my
fantastic.
pleasure. It's my pleasure. Thank you, John.
Anyway, Doc, have a great day.
You do the same. Jason, welcome back. Before we continue with the different categories of nutrients in the product, in a word, how would you classify or grade the raw ingredients in this product? A, B, C? I know you're biased. What would you say?
A, 100% A.
And would you feed this to your children?
Absolutely, I do.
Would you feed it to your mom?
Yes.
All right.
If she would take it.
If she would take it, I understand.
She does, but just not often enough.
Would you give it to people in the nursing home that are fighting for their life?
I would.
And you would sleep well at night?
Absolutely.
No, your conscience wouldn't bother you a bit?
Not even a little bit.
There you go. Okay, I'm just asking.
You know, these are the kinds of nutrients that I think people don't get enough of. And
for sure. And when we come back, I'll give you a chance to develop that. We're headed into some hard messages. When I come back, I'll have the LTN health question of the day. Right answer, $25 supplement gift card on LTN, coast to coast.
Child have specific nutrition.
Want to get at the core issues that make weight loss so difficult? Try PGX from Natural Factors. This revolutionary product is clinically shown to help people achieve their ideal body weight in a safe, natural way. PGX helps you feel full for hours, dramatically reduces the glycemic index of any food or meal, and ultimately causes the release of the compounds that achieve two important goals in weight loss. One, telling your brain that you're satisfied so you eat less, and two, improving the action of the hormone insulin. As medical doctor Mark Hyman said in his best-selling book Eat Fat, Get Thin, if you
preferred prenatal, exclusively on Amazon.com.
I just got a lesson, and I'll share it with you in a moment. I'm dumbfounded. Here's the LTN. Honest to God, I'm speechless. Here's the LTN health question of the day. We were talking about the Nathan's eating contest yesterday, and Joey Chestnut consumed 72 hot dogs. I'll continue to go with the question. I don't care. He consumed a certain number of hot dogs. All right. The question is, how many did he consume? Was it 50, 62, or 72? Give us a call. Win the $25 supplement gift card. You deserve it.
877-897-8255. That's 877-897-8255.
Now I'm going to share with you, and I'll try to do this in a rhetorically sensitive way. I never knew about this. That's why I have these people around me to help me. The extent to which people will go to eat meat. The hunters. I never knew this. There's and I am not saying this just to be hyperbolically, but this is what hunters will do to hunt to get the meat. They have products where it is constituted of raccoon urine, and they spray it on them to mask the scent of the human scent. Now, I can get being a hunting enthusiast, but I'm not doing that. And I don't think you get many girlfriends that way either. And she's going to say, gee, I love your cologne. You smell like raccoon urine. Are you serious, Gary?
Yeah. There's the guys up by me are crazy. I mean,
this is what people do.
Yeah.
To eat meat, to go hunt meat.
There's guys that will drive to, well, my nephew, not the one you met, but I have another nephew. He drives to Upper Mississippi because that's where the start of the cornfields are, and he can get up there, and it's corn-fed deer.
Oh, boy. All right. Let's go to Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin. Nice place. Hi, Kevin. How are you? Nice to have you on, man.
Thanks for having me.
It's my pleasure. How many hot dogs did that fella eat yesterday?
72.
How many hot dogs you think you've eaten in your whole life?
1,000. I don't. Not 72 at once. That's for sure.
That's a lot of hot dogs, Kevin.
That's crazy.
What do you think about that? Do you think it sends a wrong message, or do you think I'm just off the rails here? What do you think?
Probably does send the wrong message.
It's a spectacle, isn't it?
Yeah. That's probably what draws the people.
Yeah. I don't think there are many people in Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin that are scarfing down 72 hot dogs at a time. I doubt it. Well, thanks for listening, and thanks for tuning in, and we appreciate your listenership. Congratulations. Well, I'm glad you got the $25 supplement gift card.
Well, thank you very much.
My pleasure. Let's get back to my guest. Jason, the extent that people will go to eat meat, I wish they would go that crazy to get some greens. How about that?
Absolutely.
Crazy stuff, man. I don't know. That left me speechless. I'm shocked. I never knew they did that. I guess that points out my ignorance. What's another category of new ingredients in the Cyto Greens is shaping up to be pretty darn good, man. Don't you have something in there for immune system?
Yeah, and one of the things I think is really important for your listeners is, the full disclosure. When you're dealing with a supplement company, the trust level that you have in what they're putting in the product has to be at the highest level. Let's face it, you're putting this in your body. And one of the things that when you look at the Cyto Greens label is full disclosure. I mean, full disclosure to the limit. I mean, you have every ingredient, every milligram, and even down to the extract ratio or the percentage of standardization. Now, I know it's a mouthful, but what it tells you is that not only have we told the consumer every ingredient that's in here, that there's no fillers, that it's full disclosure on the label, but they can look at every ingredient. There's no proprietary blends whatsoever.
I hate that. Proprietary blends means we don't need to tell you how much of anything we have in there or what's in it. How about that? I don't like that at all.
No, I completely agree, and that's why we've held ourselves to a higher standard to say this is what's in the product. You should know as the consumer. But when you get into the detail of the ingredients, I could go in, like I said, each ingredient could be a whole show. But if you look at even the liver defense, you have organic milk thistle at 200 milligrams with a standardization of 80% silymarin. So, if you look at other milk thistle products on the market on their own, just the milk thistle product for the liver detoxification, sometimes it's 200 milligrams, and it's rarely organic. So this is one of those ingredients that just tells you about how good the ingredients are. You were asking, how good is these ingredients? Would you feed these to your children? And, the honest answer is absolutely I would.
You know what I worry about the greens products? You want to know? Want me to be truthful with you?
Mm-hmm.
I worry about people getting heavy metals.
Yep, absolutely.
Because, and I won't mention any companies.
Mm-hmm.
There are some companies that have been called out where people took the products, the greens products, and they got into heavy metal trouble.
I absolutely. I'm glad you asked that question because, first of all, we as you mentioned, I'm from Toronto. We're Canadian. We're a Canadian company. Although the U.S. is our biggest market, we follow the standards of Canadian testing, and so we do go to a very high limit in terms of how we test the products and the rigors and the audits that we go through in order to get the product to market. So that's under the government of Canada, but we extend that to the U.S. and to the rest of the world. And one of the things that we test for is heavy metals.
Okay.
Not only all heavy metals, but lead. And one of the things, the reason that
we're almost out of time. We're cutting out of here, but we're going to have you back, Jason.
Okay.
And Gary wants to say something to the audience about how to get in touch with your company.
It's www.novaforme, one word, NOVAFORME.net. Novaforme.net. I've posted it to our Facebook page. I also put up the their main company.
Okay.
Allmax, yes.
Right. So we're dialed in, and we're going to have Jason back. It's called Cyto Green, sold in fine health stores throughout the United States and Canada, i.e. North America. Jason, you've been a wonderful guest. We're going to get you on again. You're a handsome guy. We got a photograph of you, but if we could get one with a smile.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like you're ready to
bust into an Italian restaurant and ask for a couple bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, you guys got to pay up. You guys got to pay up. You're handsome. Get one with a smile, man. We love you. LTN, your health is your wealth.